segment is the fastest segment on television. It's our hashtag rapid fire round, and we reserve this segment each evening to just zip through as many trending topics as we possibly can with our expert guest. And tonight, that expert guest is author, radio show host, and all-around good guy, Jason Hoyt. Jason, welcome back to America Trends. Good to have you.
Dr. Gina, thanks for having me.
All right, Jason, we know you are a Florida resident, and we have a lot of trending stories out of Florida today. So let's get started. The Tampa Bay Rays are trending today after they beat the Cuban national baseball team 4-1 yesterday in Cuba. Jason, as you know, President Obama and Raul Castro both attended this game. I guess it's good that the U.S. Won this game, right?
Yeah, doing the wave. I saw them doing the wave. And actually, that won 4-1. I saw one report today that said since 1959, we've had 100 Cubans go from Cuba to play in the major league. So I think all their good players are here. 4-1 is not a surprise at all.
There you go. All right, a semi-truck crash on the interstate. That would be 95. Sorry, you can tell I'm from California, where we say "the" in front of all of our highways. For some reason, which I've never... Do you know why we do that? Why do we say "the 5"? Why?
We're lazy.
Are there more than one?
We think we're cool.
I know, but it's just like any other state, only we say "the" in front of everything, and I have no idea why. That's how you can tell when you've become a local, because you start saying "the" in front of everyone else's highways that don't have a "the" in front of them. Anyway, a semi-truck crash happened on Interstate 95 in Florida, and it's trending. 2 trucks crashed, and like manna from heaven, beer and Frito-Lay chips fell all over the highway. I hope everyone was okay. But, you know, if you got a little bumper bruise here, beer and chips can always make that better, right?
Yeah, I mean, it took, 4 hours to clean up? I mean, it's kind of understandable, I suppose. I'm glad no one was injured. But the people in the local area and the people in the accident were so appreciative of the first and second and third and fourth and fifth responders to the accident. I mean, they were...
All right, Sarah Palin trending today. People are still talking about her new gig today. She has signed a deal to preside as a judge on a courtroom reality show. This is still blowing my mind. I've got to understand this at some point. But Jason, are you going to be watching her show?
I don't know. I saw one CNN article. They said Sarah Palin, who is not an attorney, right in the beginning of the article. And I'm actually glad. I'm glad she's not an attorney. Maybe she'll bring some common sense to the courtroom. Maybe she'll even bring the Constitution itself to the courtroom. So I may watch. We'll see what happens.
All right, controversy in Georgia, just up the coast from you. Jason, Disney plans to stop filming in Georgia if the governor signs a religious liberty bill there. What objection does Disney have against religious liberty?
Look, I don't get it. It's already in the First Amendment. Why do we have to pass these laws? But this is in response to the Supreme Court recently issuing their opinion about same-sex marriage. And since that time, about 20 states have stood up and passed what they refer to as pastor protection acts that protect pastors who refuse to perform same-sex marriage. But the Georgia law went a little bit further and saying faith-based organizations cannot be forced to perform activities and all that against their religious beliefs. So they're going to protect them against being forced to make a cake. They're going to be protected from being forced to use their land for things that they don't believe in from their religion. I think it's nonsense. Sign the thing into law. Yeah.
All right, tennis player Novak Djokovic, there you go, issued an apology on Facebook today. He seemed to suggest that male players deserve to make more than women players, and he was raked over the coals for that, Jason. He must not have read the book right behind you called What Women Really Want. It also happens to be here in front of me. But what did he say?
Yeah, he recently turned in his tennis racket for a shovel as he dug himself into a hole. By the way, his apology was not much of an apology. He said, "I apologize to those who took what I said out of context. I'm sorry, sir. That's not an apology." In one hand, he was saying that because men's tennis attracts more viewers, more attendees, more eyeballs on the game, they should be paid more. But then he also said, and I have this statement, he says he's talking about women in sports. He says their bodies are much different to men's bodies. They have to go through a lot of different things that we don't have to go through. You know, the hormones and different stuff.
Oh, boy.
So
to get deeper and deeper.
Oh my
and
gosh.
deeper. I was kind of with him when we were talking about the supply and demand, the free market stuff, but then, yeah, no.
Yeah.
All right.
Whoops.
Billy L. Neighbors Demolition Company in Rowlett, Texas, now is had its 15 minutes of fame on social media after they accidentally destroyed the wrong home. Wait a minute. How does this happen?
Yeah, oops. I hate it when that happens. So it was a tornado damaged area. They were actually waiting for FEMA inspectors to come inspect their house. They get home and it's actually demolished. On the kitty corner, it's actually it's like a block away. They were supposed to go to 7601 Calypso. They went to 7601 Coutro. And actually, I saw that there was a picture where the street signs were actually knocked over. And you can see the corner. So honest mistake, maybe, but wow. Speaking of wrecking company, they wrecked that one pretty bad.
Yeah, let's hope that insurance is all paid up. All right, a 17-year-old girl in Racine, Wisconsin also gets her 15 minutes of social media fame after she just suddenly and unexpectedly had a baby, but didn't know she was pregnant. Jason, I think that public school sex ed is maybe failing. What do you think?
Well, they spend so much time, and I'm sorry, they spend so much time on condoms and all these other things that, and they spend time on, hey, go across the street to Planned Parenthood and, take care of this issue. As Obama said, they don't want people punished with the baby. They spend so much time on that. Going full term was actually in next week's lesson. She was a little bit, she missed it.
Oh, so she missed that one. All right, Olivia Newton-John trending today. Her boyfriend went missing 11 years ago on a fishing trip. He was recently spotted in Mexico. Who's this guy hiding from, Jason? Quickly, we're almost out of time.
He had $30,000 in unpaid debts, including $8,000 in child support. And I think it was the townspeople in Mexico who turned him in. He was the only guy who supported putting up the wall.
Oh. Thank you for being with us, Jason. Up next.